President Trump, one thing that helped your life.
Streets were safer. People were respected. The blue was respected.
Right. And when you say the blue, you're talking about the police.
You bet.
Just not the Capitol Police on January 6th, though, right?
What's one thing that Trump did when he was president? One thing that made your life better?
Well, kept the illegal immigrants at a minimum.
And how did that help your life specifically?
Because, well, with all the people coming over here and the drugs and all that over here, the kids ain't got a chance.
His brain just stopped. It's like he doesn't have a reason.
What was one thing he did that you loved?
Best thing he did love, I'd say, more or less, he helped out more or less like our trade deal, put tariffs against China, so we get more or less free trade what was coming in.
And that hurt some farmers in this state, though, didn't it?
Well, of course it did.
What about the tariffs, though? Did that hurt?
No, he helped us farmers. Trump helped us with the farming and the agriculture.
Even with the tariffs, because a lot of farmers said we're going to have to bite the bullet here.
Well,
shoes untied.
Well, no, that didn't hurt us. That helps us down the road in the long run.
How does raising prices and reducing the number of goods, thereby reducing employment, help out economically in the long run? And his response was so robotic. It's like he's programmed to say that.
What do you think's happened to that?
Woke took over.
What does woke mean to you?
Demented. They got real problems.
But how would you define it is what I mean?
How would I define it? They lack some values that I don't have. They're just a different bunch.
They're different from me, so thereby they're demented. Well, is that her original thought? And with all of these people, are these their original thoughts? Or are they just repeating talking points so that they can feed into each other's delusions so they can all feel like part of a group until they can get their next fix of Trump-copium from their far fringe right-wing news source?
Trump is no longer a man. He's a superhero to a vast swath of America. Trump is our last stand. The evil cabal in power wants Trump dead, disqualified, or in prison for life. They're clearly scared to death that Trump is the only thing standing in the way of their evil plans. If the communists, globalists, DC swamp creatures, and deep state traitors succeed in taking Trump down, we are all next, you and me.
Just sell the fear, and just put a picture of Elvis up there with a Trump face. They'll love it. They're a cult of personality. Look, MAGA isn't just the base of the Republican Party, it's a cult. And reasoning and talking with these MAGA folk is exhausting. So that's why I've come up with a list of 4 reasons why the Trump fan base has and continues to develop into a cult. And you can use this list of 4 things the next time that your MAGA family member, friend, neighbor, coworker starts spewing nonsense. And for convenience, I have listed off the 4 things in an abbreviation, CULT. C-U-L-T, just to make it easy to remember. And the first word is confirmation bias. Like liberals going to MSNBC and conservatives going to Fox News, confirmation bias is when you seek out information to confirm your already pre-existing beliefs. And this is not exclusive to the cult of MAGA, but it is magnified when it comes to MAGA, or I should say, MAGA-nified. I love dad jokes. Anyway, or you can do what this woman does when she's doing her own research.
Where do you get this stuff from? Like the Q boards, or is there like an alternate?
Because I'm smart and I do my research.
Where do you do your research? Like what websites?
Everywhere.
Where can I go find this? Where can I go verify the things that you're saying?
You have to be willing to open your mind, because you can't hold you can't pick up the truth and hold your ego at the same time.
I just want a single website or a book I can verify this stuff in.
You don't know. You don't deserve to verify. You don't want to open your mind.
You can open my mind for me.
I can't.
And the C could also stand for cognitive dissonance, which is when a MAGA person experiences new information that forces them to rationalize around their ignorance in order to maintain their pre-existing beliefs. Like this guy.
Which do you think are more dangerous, drag shows or guns to children?
Drag shows.
Drag shows. How many people do you think have been killed at a drag show?
I don't know, but the long-term effects are detrimental.
How many people do you think die every year from guns?
I have no idea.
48,000.
48,000? Okay. Well, there's probably 100,000 that die from drag shows.
Now, the U stands for unilateral loyalty. See, many MAGA folk have invested so much money, time, and effort into being a Trump supporter. They buy the merchandise. They go to the rallies. They live, breathe, and I was going to say eat Trump. Let's not. But point is, they've invested so much money and time into being a Trump supporter that any critique, any amount of pushback is seen as a personal attack on their identity, on their presence as a person, on their values. And so even if you provide evidence, substance, facts, and information to back up your argument on why there should be pushback against the craziest Trump scandal that is happening, they see it as a personal attack on their integrity and thereby on them. And see, loyalty isn't a bad thing. It's actually really, really good. It shows that you have a good virtue. Though uninformed, ignorant loyalty to someone that has nefarious intentions can be quite disastrous. And when that unilateral loyalty has gone unchallenged, that's when it becomes dangerous.
So tell me about the shirt here.
So this says Colt 45 with a C, as
The
in the
other way.
Colt.
Yeah.
You know, so, and 45 is his number, obviously.
Right. So it's a cult, like you're a member of a cult?
Exactly. In a way, yeah. Like
Theoretically, Trump he's where it's at.
If you could pick a cult leader, it would be Donald Trump?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Third, the L stands for loneliness and or lifestyle. See, throughout history, we've had many cults, and they all rely on recruiting members based off of, well, loneliness, looking to give them a shared sense of belonging. Often people join a cult looking to resonate and belong, share grievances with one another, and blame someone else. And often that can turn into a toxic soup of not respecting differences or diversity or inclusion, and often then leads to a notion of supremacy. So this loneliness can be often a preclusion to joining a cult. And also with that, as I mentioned earlier, Trumpism has become an identity, a lifestyle for people. So if they can find a sense of self, they can find an identity in being part of this group, they're probably going to go for it. Just in this case, they decided to make their cult leader a guy that has 91 felony criminal counts against him, who said that he would date his daughter if it wasn't his daughter, who also said that he wanted to grab women by the P word, and also said he could shoot someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue and not lose any votes. Yeah, they chose that guy to make their whole personality and their cult of personality around. And finally, the T stands for tyrant, or more appropriately, Trump. See, like a shepherd and sheep, all the sheep are always looking for one shepherd to guide them, which it's so funny how they started using that analogy for those people who believed in the science of vaccines, calling everyone that wanted to take a life-saving vaccine, calling them sheep, is just hilarious. It's projection at its finest. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you can use that abbreviation CULT as a way to help have more effective conversations or effective reasoning with that MAGA family member, friend, coworker, or neighbor the next time they start spewing nonsense and mistruths about how Trump somehow did X, Y, and Z. And so I really hope that that abbreviation comes in handy, and I hope that you learned something from this video. My name is Scott Johnson. You can find more of me on my YouTube and on my TikTok, which are both in the description box below. Please click on them. They're both awesome. I do a morning show over TikTok at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. But most importantly, do not forget to smash that subscribe button to Rebel HQ. And have a wonderful day.